Captive.
Captive.
Captive. Captive.
Captive.
I surrender. You may take me captive. Take me captive. Take me captive.
Savage warlord holds him captive. 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 The Abyssinian cannot...
That's hers.
Then she went into a private place and slaughtered half a dozen.
You're held captive, captive, captive by a boy?
What kind of business?
A captive hostile. How far can I take this?
She is my lost captive, and no longer lies long.
Father will be pleased to hear that. He so enjoys it when his captives are willing to play along.
Oh.
It's kept us alive, but it has also held us captive.
That is why when he realized he'd impregnated his captive, he veered from what we believe to be his pattern. He,
Captive biters.
Why would you have captive biters?
What do you want?
I was brought here captive. You were here the day I was taken.
After the curse broke, I searched all over for you and discovered the Dark One still had you captive.
He wasn't holding me captive.
Look at you all. A captive audience. I could play with you like a pack of dolls, couldn't I?
I can't quiet the voices.
We know that you're held captive by the witch. Do you know where she is?
Yeah. She's...
Again.
Wait. You want to sneak into Rumpel's castle where he's being held captive by the Wicked Witch?
Aggressive.
Aggressive. Aggressive. Aggressive.
Aggressive.
It's not like a man. I hope not. It's not aggressive. 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 It's slow. Suspenseful.
They expected violence?
Well, convergence theory says that if crowds act aggressively, it's because people bring an aggressive mindset to it.
You are totally my type. You are smart. You're bossy. You are aggressive. You're funny.
I've been told by your friends you are someone worth getting to know better. They've been filling up my phone sheet all week.
I hope they haven't been too aggressive.
There's nothing wrong with aggressive, long as they don't start showing up at my house.
Dr. Ladera, what is excited delirium?
A condition that combines psychomotor agitation and aggressive behaviors.
Your inmate, what to expect?
When I got out, I was angry, distant, aggressive.
You were in prison?
Yes.
Do you think you're good with people?
Not more than you.
It's my job.
Mine too. You have an aggressive approach.
And you're already withholding.
It's not too late to go back. The tumor's aggressive, but your father could lead a very normal life for at least another year.
Why are you asking me these questions, Jack?
Because, Ben, you have a tumor on your spine, an aggressive tumor, that is going to kill you.
Explain everything.
You've been different ever since South Ossetia. Aggressive, secretive.
They're moving in.
That's why they're so aggressive.
In their minds, we're competing for this turf.
I'm telling you, Reba, you gotta get more aggressive.
Their new leader, he seems pretty full of himself.
Hey, makes me nervous when I'm channeling him.
It's different than Red Eye.
Very. He's more,
aggressive?
Impatient.
Literature.
Literature. Literature.
Literature.
Literature.
Literature. Literature. Exactly. Don't go overboard, Virgil.
If for avoiding people. Besides, she seems nice, and she has excellent taste in literature. Literature. Literature.
I believe I was 13 when my mother pulled me out of French literature class in Geneva and whisked us out of the country to keep us from being murdered.
In fact, there is one extremely unusual applicant who's shown a strong interest in literature and philosophy.
Why? He's probably the biggest distributor and writer of white power literature and videos in LA County.
War's literature.
The Grand Commander is the deepest message of all of Russian literature.
If you're asking me.
Stupid mystery books, okay? Because your serious literature is so much better.
I write serious literature? Beckett, you hear that?
Yeah, I heard.
It's not even literature. It's popcorn.
And why isn't it literature, Adam? I'm dying to know.
I have some literature if you want it.
That's okay, save the paper.
Dashiell Hammett, not that I need to take cues from literature when you make it so easy for me, Art.
Supervise.
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 Supervise. Supervise.
Union rules. One crew member always has to supervise.
They'll take away my brokerage license. Failure to supervise you.
It's only called help when you do some of the work yourself.
I supervise. I supervise. I supervise.
I thought that was Debbie's job.
Yeah, no, it is. She's just going to the pool today, so I promised I'd supervise.
And if everything goes good on that acreage, I'll have you help me supervise the Manilla project next summer.
I can't take credit for this delicious meal. It's Nolan who's the cook. I just supervise. Oh, it's very good, Nolan.
Decision.
I'm sorry. It was spontaneous.
You don't supervise my kids spontaneously.
You're gonna have to supervise the wire. He thinks you care about him.
Oversee these sessions.
The teachers supervise. No one's mentioned feeling sick.
I've got 6 book proposals in the works. I'm going to try to supervise the rebuilding of this house, but I can't do it without your support.
Go outside.
Yeah, you never know what an 8-year-old's gonna do. That's why you supervise them.
Okay, go ahead. I'll call an OB resident down to supervise.
Problem solved. You ain't gonna do the surgery, you'll supervise.
Independent.
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 Well, he's very independent. He's very independent. He's very independent.
Plus huge stores of food, medicine, an independent hydroelectric grid, an independent hydroelectric grid, an independent hydroelectric grid, lots of boats.
So you're the newspaper woman?
I'm the new editor of The Independent. The Independent. The Independent. Yeah.
He's an independent, playing some kind of genius games.
These people know that they are sitting behind those desks because I started an independent record label.
What do you have for us, girl?
We developed this plan independent of the Secret Service, sir.
That's a lot of work.
No, it isn't. Junior's independent in...
Our victim is Hank Spooner, an independent trucker out of San Antonio. No, but we're getting close. We figured out that he's an independent contractor for Apollo Pinnacle, Inc.
That's assuming that the detonator's connected to the store's electricity, not something independent like a car battery. I know. Not helpful.
Maybe the Independent ran an article about why her family came to Chester's Mill in 1988.
From this time to the end of time, we are a free and independent kingdom.
The king in the north.
Your agent?
My days with Hydra are over. Just an independent contractor trying to make amends.
Dramatic. 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 Dramatic.
Dramatic.
This guy. So dramatic. So dramatic. So dramatic.
This is Nihal. Is this true?
Oh, yeah. It's really quite dramatic. Dramatic. Dramatic.
My reputation is destroyed.
So dramatic. So dramatic. So dramatic.
To me! To Karen!
To Karen.
And just what the fuck are you?
I'm the one who's dealt with evil all my life.
That's a little dramatic.
And the wife of a local fisherman, the black wife of a black local fisherman. How do you think that's gonna look?
You're being dramatic.
Oh, am I?
Also, I'm not on ecstasy.
No way.
I've had some very dramatic relationships.
It was obviously you.
That was a dramatic pause.
Really? Helen, I'm being dramatic? How's this for dramatic? Helen, the wedding is off!
So I had to...
Jeopardize the financial future of this company?
That's a bit dramatic, isn't it?
As soon as he breathed in all that cigar smoke, he was a dead man. The motorcycle accident was an unnecessary dramatic flourish.
Been to some prison camp?
Oh, come on, don't be so dramatic. I mean, some of these places actually look fun.
Sorry. Things are just getting so dramatic.
Capital.
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 Capital. Capital.
Committed by those above the age of majority are capital crimes. Capital crimes. Capital crimes. You are hereby sentenced to death.
That was an unauthorized spacewalk? It's a capital crime. It's a capital crime. It's a capital crime.
I'm still 17.
You should come with me to the Capitol. The Capitol. The Capitol.
Lined up after graduation.
What? You got a fucking job?
Yeah, I'm working for Newberry Capital in New York.
Wow.
You know the game, short and distort. They're rumor mongers, and they're making a killing.
What are your plans for a capital raise?
We're way ahead of you. Now, let me be clear.
Right here. This stretch of North Woodward used to be called the street racing capital of the world.
Attention, capitalist pigs.
Florence Costello and Martin Faber. They have the same Danielian capital Fs.
That's because they were written by one person attempting to mimic two different styles.
According to the analysis, it comes from mines south of Longyearbyen. Capital city of the Svalbard Islands.
Able to gain the control he needs.
We will need capital.
Do you still have your contacts in China?
D.C. was the center of the country back in the 1790s. It was a good place for the capital then, but now...
Now the Midwest is the center.
Just a capitalist. Like you, Jim.
But in place to protect us. SHIELD brought airships raining down in our nation's capital.
The Continental Congress.
Are you saying there's a government in Charleston?
Elected by almost 3,000 civilians in the new capital.
Oh, you've been able to fly with all the beamers around.
I fly.
Intelligence.
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 Jonas possesses all four attributes: intelligence, intelligence, integrity, courage.
Let me know when you guess maximal intelligence. Intelligence. Preferably something that leads to a strike.
Tell us.
That the computer has artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence.
There's Army intelligence. Got demoted for not understanding the need for a warrant.
This company. Intelligence analyst.
Guests.
You have excellent intelligence.
Gelhorn, I see you have one of Madame's jade brooches.
I'm asking why you did it.
Look, the arrival of strong artificial intelligence has been inevitable for decades.
And it will never happen again, for I used my superior intelligence for wrong actions to justify a good end, and that was wrong.
You trust your intelligence to a woman?
It means you get to choose intelligence. I want intelligence.
I hear police intelligence took down your arsonist. Headshot, right?
Right.
Infectious.
Infectious. Infectious.
Infectious.
Infectious.
Scream.
I don't know what to make of them, honestly. I like her.
They make everything. It's infectious. It's infectious. It's infectious.
But we have to be sure. Excuse me, I'm a physician. We may be dealing with something infectious that's causing seizures in both of them. I want you to do a blood count, an EEG.
From his work. He was working at BHO labs. They study infectious diseases. The infectious diseases. The infectious diseases.
Hart and I were familiar with the treatment for this rare neurotoxin. It's highly infectious and causes Lazarus.
I was with the captain. We were attempting to treat an apparent outbreak of a highly infectious neurotoxin that causes Lazarus syndrome.
His blood cell count was high, and his immune system was stressed.
Which suggests infectious disease.
We are presently attempting to make contact with the infectious disease lab at Fort Detrick.
All right.
Okay, so now I just have to see if he was past the incubation period and actually infectious.
And if he was past the incubation period?
Have a seat against this wall. Thank you.
Do we have an infectious disease specialist on the premises?
Diane Clayton.
Infected.
I'm running simultaneous molecular profiles, cellular evals, and blood panels. Also trying to cross-match the over 250 infectious diseases this guy might have been carrying.
Sounds like a needle in a haystack.
Chart.
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 David, that chart is very important. It is very meaningful.
Later, of course, we took it to a specialist, and her IQ score came back off the charts. The charts. The charts.
Books, diaries, journals, anatomy charts, anatomy charts, anatomy charts. Potions, poisons, weapons.
Bring up chart plot.
Chart plot. Bring it up.
I'm really good with people, according to my chart.
I'm trying to determine her state of mind so that I can chart the best course of treatment.
Treatment?
No parachute or flares. Don't suppose the chartboard made it either?
Affirmative.
Smart. Especially Shane. Off the chart.
Some anonymous person put the request in her chart and the lab followed through.
House, what are you doing? Chart said her potassium's low. Rhabdo elevates potassium.
Run up. You talked to Lip? Off the chart smart. Good genes.
Swell.
Swell.
Swell. Swell.
Swell.
Was that about the magazine job?
No, but Celeste. A swell came in last night. A swell came in last night. A swell came in last night. Northwest.
Better go in there. Dude, you will have so much fun. Your family loves you. You can have a swell time. You can have a swell time. You can have a swell time. Fuck you.
God, I'm sorry, Paul. Were you sleeping? Should I come back later? You know, boss, that would be swell. That would be swell. That would be swell. No.
What do you mean, time to waste?
To see if the swell is building or dropping.
Is they reach a certain age, they develop these gland things, their bodies swell up, they go crazy.
So the gang's all back together again. Ain't that swell?
Long time? You boys look swell?
Wouldn't be.
To remain captain. And once the Walrus's men realize Mr. Singleton's limitations, we'll have a host of talented defectors eager to swell our ranks, and he only gets stronger.
Right. You tell us everything about that murderous friend of yours, and we'll tell the DA what a swell guy you are.
That's just swell. Barry's in a coma. He's already moved on.
Visual pain. My ankles tend to swell up like water balloons. Other than that, I feel fine.
It's perfectly normal.
Electrical.
Electrical. Electrical. Electrical.
Electrical.
Doing some electrical work for me.
Electrical work my ass.
Try the closet downstairs.
Okay.
All the other electrical thingies are.
I owe a favor to the chief of electrical. And he's got a thing for tough, pretty girls like you.
What's going on? What happened? The blast. It jumbled all the Jaeger's electrical circuits. Report. Valve breach on level 2, sir. Electrical malfunction.
Thanks, James.
I am a structural engineer who's also an electrical engineer.
Here. Wow, it's hot.
Oh, yeah, that's because all the building's electrical equipment's back there.
What's that humming sound?
The generators. The Armenians cut the electrical cables.
It's got 6-sided protection against concentrated attacks with mechanical and electrical tools.
I surmise it has something to do with the electrical charges in the brain.
Could have been electrical. There's no sign of accelerants or any kind of incendiary device. Electrical seizure activity stopped.
Electrical problems, restricted blood flow, blood where it shouldn't be.
Battery. Battery.
Battery.
Battery.
Battery.
I found a little extra battery power.
Due to the store's electricity, not something independent like a car battery. I know.
Engines won't spin. No propulsion. Emergency lights operating on battery power.
Captain!
Thought you went to take photos.
I forgot my battery pack. Good thing, huh?
What do you think Wells was using it for? I think this thing is some kind of battery.
Battery.
As in, Wells was using it to power himself.
There's no way to power it.
Yes, there is. I have enough battery left to get the data we need.
If we use up your battery and this doesn't work, that's the end of Fitz and all your friends.
You'll notice I'm giving less updates to conserve battery power. I've been on this stupid planet for a month now. I lost my way to the entry point.
14 years.
I'm sorry, but I need to conserve the battery. Fitz engineered it to last a long time, but it's draining. But that's that, I suppose. I'm not sure how long this battery will last. I should save it just in case.
He says there should be enough stored power in the beamer to fly it home, like a battery or something.
Oh, well, that's reassuring.
It's important that we conserve power because the return trip's on a battery charge.
Half charging the battery should be enough to get us home.
Having trouble starting it?
Yeah, I think the battery might be dead.
Got some cables if you want to try and jump it.
You sure you don't mind?
Flaw.
Floor.
Floor. Floor.
Floor.
Mr. Dean, for all his talents, was given to one particular flaw. One particular flaw. One particular flaw.
It's a fatal flaw. Flaw.
My father was the engineer who discovered the flaw.
That leaves a flaw in manufacturing.
I have this character flaw that compels me to intervene whenever stupidity rears its head.
Hasn't fled. It's a family flaw. Fleeing. Which is why I say we stick it out.
Your romantic inclinations are not a flaw to be corrected. They're a trait to be accepted.
Maybe it's time to recognize it's not a character flaw.
QC mainframe, turns out there's a design flaw. The beacon is still susceptible to a subform wave, even if it's been deactivated.
It's just one flaw with your theory, though, Detective, and that is that all of this happened 14 years ago.
So I have a major flaw. Great. Come on, let's hear it.
You're terrified of conflict.
How can I be terrified of conflict? I'm married to you.
Accelerate.
Accelerate. Accelerate. Accelerate.
Accelerate.
Captain Singh, they're closing the vortex. Shields up. Accelerate to full. Accelerate to full. Accelerate to full. Come on, accelerate.
Of course. It appears that unforeseen circumstances have accelerated my original plan.
We call her the little doctor. Particle beams accelerate from her twin barrels.
What are you doing?
You hear that noise when you accelerate?
No.
Your fan belt is loose.
Anthony, Alexander, accelerate. Come on.
1 minute!
And that parking lot is too small. There's no way to accelerate that fast in this distance.
So the driver probably left the lot, turned around, accelerated back.
Look, you can't blow the lab. It'll tip off Kalume. He might accelerate the attack.
Or he might get spooked and call the whole thing off.
No matter how the FBI autopsy plays out, this has already forced us to accelerate our time.
I myself prefer to have my excess epithelial cells slough off naturally, but I don't condemn those who seek to accelerate the process.
Constructive.
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 Is to make that revolution, that change, peaceful,
and constructive for all, and constructive for all, and constructive for all.
Mona, can we talk about this? I think we need to be constructive, and I know what I've done is really stupid,
And now he won't do the dance, and it was very constructive for him. Was very constructive for him. Was very constructive for him. And you ruined it.
There's only one way to get him to show.
Each other, and we can give each other advice and constructive criticism to make each other better lovers. Okay, that definitely didn't sound like it was in the vein of constructive criticism, but I will continue nonetheless.
Okay, I don't think ditching me is the most constructive approach. The most constructive approach. The most constructive approach.
Well, it solved the problem, didn't it? It's quite simple, Watson. Well, there's no need to be antsy. We have our wits. We just have to focus on being constructive. Constructive. Constructive.
Gross.
Gross.
Gross. Gross. Gross.
Whoa, I'm running.
That's gross, gross, gross.
Oh, it's gross. 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 Oh, God. Okay, I just need to... Oh, I keep looking back at it, thinking it's gonna be less gross. Oh, grape. Gross. Gross. Gross.
Sweetie, I saw what you were doing with the stick and it was gross.
Was it gross?
Yeah, it was disgusting. Brody kissed you.
Well, that doesn't sound very gross.
Well, it was. I'll show you. You be Brody, I'll be you.
Guys are so gross. It's like we don't want to see a picture of your store that I bought, okay? You're gross.
What? We didn't say anything.
God, I can't take this anymore. Gross.
He's Jesus Christ.
That's gross.
Okay.
It's gross exaggerated.
Wow. Oh, God, it even smells gross.
We need to put that there.
Eyesight.
Eyesight. Eyesight.
Eyesight.
Eyesight.
Your eyesight is perfectly fine, Nana. And you saw a suspicious man carrying in these ballots.
My eyesight is twice as sensitive as yours. How do you even know you're gonna take the shot?
Parker!
Wow. It's a shrine to Saint Odilia, right? Patron saint to eyesight. People come from all over. They leave little dedications to the blind to help restore sight.
Who's lefty? Who's lefty? You serious, Dom? You blind? Lost your eyesight in prison? What?
She said she wanted to break up with me before the surgery, but she couldn't handle it. I'm about to lose my eyesight and she can't handle it.
What do we think? Guard dog or little old lady with poor eyesight and a loaded gun?
Around here.
Oh, of course. In fact, I now respect you so much that I won't insult you by fixing your eyesight.
There's some lube. Sorry, too late for your eyesight.
God, how did you see that?
That's what I asked.
Exceptional eyesight.
Stop kicking.
For the moment, her eyesight is developing this week. Unless it's not. Unless she's blind.
She's not blind.
No, I'm not criticizing. With your eyesight, it's a wonder you could see the pots at all.
This is not a man you want to cross.
Have I told you that my eyesight is failing? Okay, the lodge.
Maximum.
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 Hired by the Federal Bureau of Prisons to test the integrity of their maximum security facilities nationwide.
There's longer takes.
Yes, you know, Keanu. 10 minutes was maximum.
What will you take?
6 years, the maximum.
1 year, 2 years probation.
No.
You go for 3 weeks to Statesville first. It's a maximum security prison. That's where DOC will classify you either as minimum, medium, or maximum.
Counselor Abigail Griffin, you're under arrest for exceeding the maximum medical supplies allowed per patient.
It's awesome.
Maximum interesting.
If I keep digging, who knows what will turn up.
If Kramer digs up these things,
Neil could get the maximum
he could go back to prison.
for a long, long time.
He kept touching things.
If you don't want your equipment modified for maximum accuracy...
If we don't.
A woman whose only pleasures in life come from sex, TV cooking shows, and drawing maximum benefits from the welfare state. Hundreds a week.
Arrests? Traumatized.
Has to be support groups for kids who've seen shit like that.
Yeah, in maximum security prisons after they've mowed down half their class.
Bathroom. Bathroom.
Bathroom.
Bathroom.
Bathroom.
Okay? I don't know why it needs the best view. Or a private bathroom. Bathroom for that matter.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's not like that down here, okay? We don't have private offices or private bathrooms or private bathrooms or private bathrooms or bathrooms. We have to use the one on the chiropractor's office, which is on the 3rd floor.
But now, I am 100% totally yours. After I go to the bathroom. Couldn't
you just go?
Okay, everyone's got to go. There's something oozing out of the drains in the bathroom. Get out! Get out!
All right, body found partially clothed upstairs bathroom.
But in exchange, you move us to the mess decks. There's food, water. People can use the bathroom.
You know what? They're actually just right there where I left them, just hanging over the mirror in your bathroom.
Where's Selena? In the bathroom? In the bathroom? In the bathroom? Why?
Sound of my boys waking up, fighting over who gets the bathroom. Those three.
House. There should be soap and toothpaste, everything you need in the bathroom.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Income. Income.
Income. Income.
Income.
Maker. So when you got into business school, you needed a source of income. Something to pay your tuition.
Each one with a lucrative stream of income.
And how did that not score you free hot dogs for life? CNRI gives low-income people access to the legal system. Without them,
What? They only give sodas to low-income people with a bunch of chemicals in them to sterilize you. That's why I only drink water.
Property. No, I can't say her name. There are conditions. Conditions? Could I make a guess as to your income?
States we're in, I would suggest there is no such thing. If we don't find a way to earn an income, and soon, we will lose what little we have left of a crew.
Well, now I have to become mayor. It seems I'll need the income.
Losing the company wasn't your fault. It was mine.
Versus Dunleavy. The state charged a real estate developer for turning away low-income tenants based on his so-called morality.
Vendors selling their wares, bringing home a modest income.
Okay. Maybe found out he was getting fired and was looking for another source of income.
Doesn't seem to be anything unusual about these victims.
Up and down the income scale. I mean, scattered all over the place.
Charity for traffic accident victims with an annual income of 50,000 euros.
Attend. Attend.
Attend.
Attend. Attend.
To have things under control. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some business to attend to.
Doug did have business to attend to.
We'll go in knowing the next time he gets out will be to attend his own funeral.
Packages. If you're looking for a basic single wing ring man, that's why I'm your best man. I attend your wedding for the full day.
Okay. So why do I want to attend Harvard? If I was white, would you even have to ask me that question?
I desire to be published in the National Intelligencer. Please attend to it for me unless I see you before 10 o'clock tomorrow.
That comes from Director Free. We attend the same church.
He's National, father in the Corps. His first trip to the United States was to attend West Point. 4 years later, he ships out for good.
We happen to attend the same party, which happens to turn personal.
And where is your pretty wife?
She has other business to attend to.
After every party comes the time for cleaning. We attend to the champagne that was spilled.
Do you attend every lecture the Jeffersonian puts on?
Hell yes. Me? Hayes and I have been best friends since kindergarten.
And where did you attend kindergarten, Mr.
Bones. Really, that's not the time.
Wander.
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 Wonder.
Wonder.
Myself, John, not a child.
Hey, just don't touch anything or wander off or talk to anybody that you shouldn't be talking to.
Just do me a favor, just don't wander off. Don't wander off. Don't wander off.
What kind of parent would let their child wander out onto the half pipe?
Mother, you have a strong and steadfast mind. I know, but now you're to sit.
Did I say you could invite your mates to wander in and out of rehearsal?
Dreadful thing, can it be?
Sorry, I just...
Do you hear?
He didn't wander into town by chance, Beth. He came here to find you.
People generally listen with their ears, leaving their eyes free to wander. I'm guessing that your testosterone level is just below Bieber.
Give me a yell if he tries to wander off.
I like walking.
And you just happened to wander onto my farm.
I like farms, too.
So, every night, I would sneak out. I'd wander around this place and I'd memorize it. Then I'd let myself back in and I'd map it all out.
But soon you'll be free to wander in darkness.
Will do.
In my community, if one of the elders felt that they were too much of a burden, they would wander out into the snow and give themselves to the elements.
Prohibit.
Prohibit. Prohibit.
Prohibit. Prohibit.
Wilson. Mr. Wilson, I'm sorry. There's a law that clearly prohibits any candidate from campaigning within 300 feet of a polling place.
Acetobine is not a prohibited drug, so I don't see why...
Dr. Cornell.
Hubert Dreyfus, a man with both feet planted firmly in the past, whose bill prohibits the use of drones on U.S. soil.
You are positively prohibited from making any inquiries into this question. Do you understand?
I understand.
So anything I know about his work,
You are prohibited from sharing with anyone.
after I sign this,
That's right.
It was intended to criticize racial profiling.
All the while, your client knew that Islam prohibits any pictorial depiction of the Prophet.
Work.
General reminder, the use of cell phones is prohibited.
Giving the first dose directly into the lungs in the OR. Hospital policy specifically prohibits me from giving meds to unrelated homeless people pretending to be father and daughter.
Account numbers.
All from domestic banks, and since Blakely was a U.S. citizen...
You're prohibited from looking into them.
But you guys aren't.
I'm sorry, but doctor-patient privilege prohibits us from characterizing or describing our patient's behavior.
your flight
This meeting is over. Keep in mind, the waivers you signed prohibits you from discussing what was said here. Help him.
Madsen only talked with Justin to remind him of the confidentiality agreement that prohibited him from talking about the program.
Base.
Base. Base.
Base.
Base.
Check your reports or I'm gonna point at people. Get on base. Base.
So he walks a lot.
He gets on base a lot, Rocco. Do I care if it's a walk or a hit?
Down syndrome. And there's a lot more that the base will love.
It's different. Nathan wrote the Blue Book base code when he was 13. Which, if you understand code, what he did was like...
I don't know. It's like touch base.
Touch base?
Yeah, you know,
2BX900, maybe the 6 Series, both have a 3-column base. Base.
Tiger Team, be advised.
Hostiles operating on base.
Inoculated. Sending them back to base.
Yeah, copy that. We just cleared 2nd Street.
Sure you have the correct stereoisomer? I suggest we try a corn base.
Because of the phytic acid?
Civilians could be hurt. I acted quickly.
And me and Sky, we do what?
Same as if we were on base. Stay in the cage, continue your evaluation.
That's so not gonna happen.
Let me take charge of my base. And I'll talk Coulson in peacefully.
This is about party unity.
It's about abandoning our base.
No, that's what the freeze is. Our base doesn't benefit from sword rattling. It gets left bleeding on the field.